Dean. Good evening, and welcome to Open Vibes. I am your host, Demika Eugene, and this evening, unfortunately, my guest, Miss Tracy Walker, had to postpone and cancel, but I refuse to not give you guys a show this evening. I thank God for boss friends who know how to step up and step in for you and have your back. And that's what I'm talking about, surrounding yourself around people who are true bosses, who know how to walk in goodness and be helpers one to another. So I'm going to bring on tonight my really good girlfriend, Miss Renita Garrett. Miss Renita Garrett is not only a boss, she's been my friend for a long time. She's been my client. Actually, she has been in business. She's been a mentor for me. She's an awesome leader, and I just thank her for stepping in and having my back. So I'm going to bring Miss Renita Garrett up, and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and her brand. Hey,
Hello.
boss friend.
So definitely, I said when she let me know that she had a cancellation, I was like, sure, in my vehicle. Yes, I can. And so my name is Renita Garrett. I am actually, I wear many hats. And so I am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur now for about 3 years. I am the CEO and founder of High Aim Consulting, where I actually do business consulting for individuals who are either looking to elevate their current business to the next level, or if it's someone who is looking for website design, I'm here for that. If you just need someone to streamline the business that you already have functioning and you're just like, listen, I have a chaotic business and I need for someone to help me to streamline this. And so I also do that, as well as I do business administration if you need help with contracts. And I'm also an independent paparazzi consultant. And so I do wear many hats, but I absolutely love being an entrepreneur.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And she's actually getting ready for more interviews tonight because she has things that she's going to talk about this evening on Clubhouse. You're a host, correct?
Yes.
And so what are you guys talking about tonight on Clubhouse?
So tonight I'm hosting a single boss mom for a forum. Okay. I am a single parent by way of divorce, and I know that there are a lot of women out there who either desire to do entrepreneurship or they're actually doing entrepreneurship right now, and they just can't seem to maneuver. They can't seem to figure out how to do entrepreneurship, do either homeschooling with their kids, or doing entrepreneurship alongside of having a 9-to-5 job. And so I actually want to bring single moms together so that we can basically collaborate and talk about the obstacles and the solutions that have actually helped us while we have been on this entrepreneurship journey.
Okay, Renita, when we're dealing with entrepreneurship, why do you think it's so difficult for people to be entrepreneurs? What do you think is mindset or work habits? What do you think it is?
I believe entrepreneurship is very difficult because the dependency is on you. Your business functions and operates off you. Whereas when you work for an actual corporation, working for a corporation, you can put it on them. If things don't function right, if the computer system goes down, if sales don't meet the quota, you can put that on them. Entrepreneurship, it is literally on you. Everything depends on you. So if you desire to take your business to the next level, you have to be the one that study it. You have to study that business and figure out how in the world you're going to take your business to the next level. And that requires you putting your all into it. It really is a mindset. You have to have a no excuse mindset. You have to have the mindset that regardless of what it looks like, regardless of how long it takes, You have to have that no excuse mindset and understand this. Even though it may take you a while to get there, the reality of it is it's yours.
Yes.
It's yours. And so
Yes.
if you take your mind and you just shift it in a direction, in a sense of this is ownership. I'm
Mhm.
creating a legacy for my children, for my family. If you take the mindset out of the work of it, then you can literally shift it into the direction of understanding that this is going to reap a benefit at the end of it that's going to last generations upon generations upon generations.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So let's talk about your independent consulting business. So in your business, what level are you? What level are you at?
So in my independent consulting business as a paparazzi consultant, I'm actually an A-lister. I am the third level of an elite status. I am a part of the top 0.1%. I'm sorry, 0.01% of the organization. Our organization currently have less than 500,000 consultants.
Mhm.
And I have been with this business for 3 years now. I currently have a team of a little over 1,200 men and women, bosses, CEOs that are truly running some awesome businesses. And
Mhm.
so it's one of those things that it wasn't something that I thought I would be doing at this point. Okay. I thought it would be something I could actually just jump into, get a quick $500 and go head on into corporate America. I was finishing my master's degree in business. And I
Mhm.
said, you know what? This will keep me occupied until I finish my degree. And here we
Yeah.
are 3 years later, and I'm an A-lister.
Wow. So when you shifted gears in this business, when did you know, like, oh, I'm really on the other side of this thing? This is my business.
Wow, I'm glad you said that. When I joined this business, I can honestly tell you I did not go in with the mindset of this being an actual business. And for those of you all, single mom, boss mom, son in the back. So that's what's going on in the back seat. So I believe it was about 8 months in. Well, probably, let's start from the beginning. So I joined in September. In
Okay.
March, I always pray for my business. In March, the Lord spoke to me and said that this business was going to be a conduit. He said to me, this business is going to be a conduit to allow you to do the things that you desire and other men and women. So if you don't have the capital to be able to fund your dream, this business was going to fund your dream. And so
Nice.
I said, okay, this business is going to fund my dream. Okay. So after that, that was in March. So a little about 3 months later, I then shifted gears. And
Okay.
my gear was shifted when I went to our annual conference. And I went to our conference and I began to listen to the founders share their dream,
Okay.
share how they were just at a flea market selling jewelry and other people were interested in what it was that they were doing, which then shifted into this multi-million dollar business. And I said to myself, if I keep this mindset of a flea market mindset, of a hobby mindset, then I'm going to miss the opportunity of what this business can actually do for me and my family.
Let me, because that's really good right there. Because I think that's where a lot of people have to maneuver from the hobby mindset to this is my business. This I'm going to own this and take ownership of it. So I think that's the mindset that I'm trying to awaken in people and call people to, with this interview and talking about being a boss and an entrepreneur, shifting from it's a hobby, or I'm just going to do this on the side to, oh no, I'm in this thing and I'm on the other side of it. Go ahead and continue.
So when you understand that the hobby only gets you so far,
Mhm.
because see, in the hobby, you don't seek advancement. You don't seek out to become a student and study the very thing that you've attached yourself to. And so the hobby mindset causes you to just basically see this business as something to do. You don't see your business as something being potentially the very thing that can literally take you and your family to the next level. And it's mainly because of the fact that a lot of us have never known about entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
See, what we don't understand is everybody that we idolize. You idolize the Beyoncés. You idolize the Taraji P. Henson. You idolize Jay-Z. All of them are entrepreneurs. Now, they have a
Yes.
talent, but the bulk of their income comes from entrepreneurship. That is the reason why you see celebrities doing brands. They now have a brand. They're doing clothing, they're doing shoes, they're doing hair product. That is entrepreneurship. That is when you take your actual gift that you have and use that gift to the best of your ability to produce an outcome of something that you never thought could ever happen. And so we don't understand entrepreneurship. A lot of people are not in families where people are entrepreneurs. And so it was foreign to me. When I
Mm-hmm.
came into this business, I had previously did a direct sales. But
Mm-hmm.
in that business, the one thing that was missing was the person that I was connected to. She never talked about entrepreneurship. She never talked about the wealth of the generational wealth that could be created if I shift my mindset. Because
Mm-hmm.
the reality of it is, most people in business and especially entrepreneurship, it's like, I got it, now you figure it out. And so that's why a lot of people come in with a hobby mindset, is because of the fact that no one's giving direction. No one is pointing them in the way that they should go to assist them to go from hobby to now business owner.
Nice. Nice. So, Renita, would you say the shift works in multiple business, not just in direct sales, but in multiple businesses?
Yes, I believe it's in multiple businesses, because here is the thing: you have to create a funnel. You cannot allow your money to just flow through one location. Let's talk about the pandemic. We
Okay.
had hundreds of thousands of families who was misplaced, displaced in their actual job because they had one stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about entrepreneurship, it's not just based on one business. You have to create a funnel for you and your family, because what if something failed? So let's talk about the cosmetology industry, the hair industry, the beauty industry. I
Mm.
remember watching a news segment, and I can't remember exactly the state or the city that it was in, but there was an entrepreneur who owned a gym and she owned a hair salon. And she was fined by the city because she kept opening up her doors so her cosmetologists could do hair in order for them to make an income. Now, if you consider the fact that even though you can do hair, just imagine if they sold product. See,
The
what
product
happened
will
was
sell.
the
You can
product
pack
would have still,
it.
exactly, the product would have still brought in income. That's a funnel. Or
Mm-hmm.
let's just say she sold extensions, she sold hair. That was another funnel. That would have been two funnels that would have continued to allow her family to receive income into the household. But oftentimes we are one-sided. A lot of people don't want to enter into entrepreneurship is because the 9 to 5 really is security for people. It's a security blanket.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so and this is just me being on the other side of the mindset and helping people come to this side. Um, I don't have the extra income to start a business. I don't know what I'm doing. How can I who's going to help me with this, or understanding what, LLCs and S corps and C corp, who's going to help me with that? I don't understand all that.
So that's what my consulting business does. That's on the other side of being an independent paparazzi consultant. That's what I help you navigate through. First of all, you don't just start a business, you have to know what you're good at.
Hmm.
Now, if you're an individual that say, "Hey, I want to start a business, but I don't know what I'm good at, but I know I want a business." Now I'm about to shift back into being an independent consultant at Paparazzi. See, this organization, and one of the reasons why I love this organization is my business is an actual LLC. I own an LLC as an independent consultant. That is not always the case. I
Hmm.
actually don't know any other direct sales organization that allows you to brand yourself with their product.
That's
So
true.
let's start there. So I took a $99 investment, and now, matter of fact, let me I'm gonna give you my stats. I had to grab my other phone. I'm gonna give
And
you all.
honestly, while she's pulling up her stats, honestly, I couldn't be more proud of Renita because I mean, Renita has served at the to me one of the highest capacities in the military. You know, as a woman and as a single woman, well, she wasn't single at the time, but carrying her whole family. I would say she honestly was carrying the family. She served as a, you know, leadership within the military. And then coming out of the military, she came out with a plan. And you guys, you know, honestly, a business plan is not as hard as some of us make up in our mind. Sitting there, taking the time to write out your business plan and having it, you know, just simply start with your mission, your purpose, and then, you know, what do you how are you going to branch that out? The numbers, don't let that overwhelm you. That's what Renita's for. So go ahead, Renita.
So I bought a business. I never tell anybody I joined the organization. I bought a business. I bought a business for $99. In 2020, my business was worth $2,688,584. I bought a business for $99. And the reason why I wanted to put those stats out there is because of the fact that all the time you don't know what you want to do. I started out letting you all know that God told me that this business would be a conduit for me to start other businesses. Now, do you need money to start businesses? Yes, you do. But if you do not have the capital, a direct sales business is definitely a great way to build the capital. Now, moving over to my consulting business, that's what I do with you. We sit down and we make a plan on what it is that you desire to do if you want to be a business owner. That's what we do together. It's very easy when you're working with someone who is assisting you along the way, because what tends to happen is when we do it on our own and we can't figure out which direction to go in, we stop, we give up, or we sit it on the side. And so that's what I do. That has always been my desire, to help men and women, to show them that, hey, you got excellence inside of you. You just need somebody to assist you with it.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. So, Renita, what are the advantages of you sharing this info?
The advantages of me sharing this information is allowing other men and women to be able to have the success that I'm having. I do have a mentor group that I actually pour into men and women that I get no benefit from. I'm talking about no benefit. And that's from the organization of being an independent paparazzi consultant. One of the things that I absolutely love is seeing someone's dream come true. And I literally played a role in it. It's not always about give and take. For me, I like to add value to people. I love adding value to you, because if I can add value to you to help you go to the next level, then hey, I've done it. You know, I've done exactly what I've been purposed to do.
Now, let me brag on you for another moment, Renita. I remember when I said, I'm Renita, I really need to be pursuing my acting career. When I say Renita was, I can hear her literally in the back on her, when we be on the phone, she like, okay, well, let me look this up. Let me call this friend. D'Amica, you need to go right here on this page, because you gave me all the rundown on certain things and certain tools I still utilize to this day. And it has really helped me in my career. We had a conversation not too long ago. And I'm getting to a point with this. We had a conversation not too long ago. She said, did you think about branding yourself, your name, and making that a business? Not only that, when people are entering to a new career and, like you said, adding the value. I think when you are letting go of things, you're allowing new things to move into your arena, and that's what's helping you grow. And I think that's a piece of the puzzle that a lot of us miss out on, is that when we're holding on to information and the people around is like, no, I'm just going to grow. That's kind of lonely. That's really lonely. That's not a place. So when you're adding value to people, what type of people are you connecting yourself to?
So I actually don't have a particular, I guess you'll say, a particular type of person. Majority of the time, people are attracted to me by way of social media because they either hear me speak, they know that I'm faith-based. Most of the time I go live and I'm giving people experiences or different things that I've actually had experience with, or some things that I just want to share that's on my heart. And so at that moment, those who that are attracted to me, those that are attracted to me, they let me know, okay, this is the particular area that I need assistance in. Is it something that you can assist me with in helping me? At that moment, of course, I pray about every situation of individuals, because of the fact that I don't want to spend time, valuable time, with someone who literally just want to hear me speak. They're not going to put anything into action. And so I make sure that that individual has put some foot forward. And so basically what I do is I stalk them on social media to see if
Mhm.
they're really interested in something. Their social media page will speak for it. It'll
Yes.
begin to show the direction of which they're going. But I heard something on today, because I'm always listening. Today I heard the hip hop preacher Eric Thomas say, this is what he said on today. I was listening to a message that he just put out. He said, you cannot have a car and think you can leave it in the driveway. You have to get that car on the road and drive it, or it's going to cause erosion in the vehicle. And
Mhm.
see, if I don't share what it is that I know, I'm going to cause erosion into myself.
That's
It's
good.
almost that saying that we would always say in the military, use it before you lose it.
Mhm.
If I don't use what it is that I have, and if I don't give it away, then I have no room to receive nothing else. And
Mhm.
so I try to make sure that if I can, but I'm a different type of encourager and mentor. I don't want to give you so much that you don't put any work in yourself. I
Mhm.
am going to tell you where to go. I'm going to literally pinpoint you. I'm going to literally tell you exactly what to go research. You're not even going to have to figure out what you need to research, but I'm not going to tell you what it is when you get there. Because this is what I believe. When you put something into it, it becomes that much more valuable to you.
Yes. Yes, I definitely agree. So, Renita, what type of things are you willing to sacrifice for good success?
To be honest, not too much. And let me tell you why. I just had a shift in my businesses. I had a
Mhm.
shift in my businesses because I had goals.
Okay.
Every year, every month, I have goals. And I realized that I did something. That's the reason why I want to do this audio tonight on Clubhouse.
Okay.
When I did my goals, what I had to understand, I wasn't no longer just a single woman. I was now a single mother.
Mhm.
And so, what you have to understand when you begin to look at and you begin to add up what I'm willing to put into this, what I'm willing to sacrifice, you got to make sure what you are willing to sacrifice has absolutely nothing to do with your purpose. My children have everything to do with my purpose. I
That's
was
good.
sacrificing my motherhood time for business.
Mhm.
And so I had to really go back to the drawing board, and I had to say to myself, you got priorities in the wrong place. What you need to be sacrificing is those things that are like extracurricular things, as far as watching TV,
Mhm.
as far as not being in different groups as much, adding value to them, but not utilizing that time to get yourself filled up. And so I had to do a shift because
Mhm.
I actually literally got myself in a place to where I had disconnected from being a mother. That's my first priority. And so
Mhm.
I want to say to anyone that is a mother, that is a single mother, even if you're married, you can still do business and still be a mom. What you have to be okay with, this is something you have to be okay with. I participated in a virtual conference that we had for our organization on this week. And there was a statement that stood out to me. One of the staff members stated that her parents, they went on a marathon.
Okay.
And as they were on the marathon, they came across the finish line. There was no one there. They realized they were the last ones that came across the finish line. And it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. We're last. And what happened was the individuals that organized this run say, no, you didn't come in last. It just took you longer.
That's
So
good.
I want you to understand, as a mom, as a wife, that it may take you longer, but do not sacrifice being a mom and a wife. You will get to where you need to be in your business.
I love it. I kind of have a small little testimony to that, and I please, you guys, take this advice and hold it near and dear to your heart. Use it wisely, because I can remember a time when I was in the salon, and in the salon as a hairstylist and an owner, I probably worked from 7 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning. And I literally sacrificed my time with my children. And there's some important times that I missed. And in those areas, I can be very transparent and say, I failed in those areas. And that's when I had to come to myself and say, this isn't working, because my kids needed me more. I'm talking, my kid would be sick, but I'm working and giving my energy into something that I should have been more attentive in this area. And I agree, it's some things just not worth the sacrifice, especially those times with your children and being a mom and working that hard, because it's a balance. And you're young and you like, oh no, I got to get this money, I got to get this money, and it's not all about money all the time. You have to really take an assessment. You have to use your time wisely. So that's why when you're gathering information about being an entrepreneur, entrepreneurship and leadership, those things go hand in hand. And people are watching you and looking at you. And in the same token, it should determine your health. It should determine, the food you eat, the places you go, the people you spend your time with, the books you read. What are you watching on TV? I get to watch a little more TV now because it's my business. But prior to that, I really didn't watch TV because I was doing other things and focus on other things. But in the same token, entrepreneurship, it should dictate your lifestyle. It encompasses it all, and your children are a priority. So please, please, if I can ask you guys anything, that means a lot to me for people who are new to entrepreneurship. Focus on your family and keep it well balanced. So, Renita, what are your thoughts about excuses?
Oh my goodness. I'm not going to say there's not time for excuses. There will be a time that an excuse is needed.
Okay.
However, when it comes to building yourself, building your brand, and building your business, the excuse should never be because of someone else. I
That's
wasn't
good.
able to accomplish my business goals because of this person. I wasn't able to be able to do this because of that person. So let's just talk about this situation we're in right now. The situation we're in right now is the actual person that was supposed to be live today wasn't able to come on because something actually came up. But for you to have the excuse of I'm not going to show up, that's not good. Because when you have a business, you always have to make sure you have a plan A and a plan B. And so because you were able to say, you know what, I got a plan. You were able to get me on here. See, you can't allow excuses to be the main reason why your business is stuck. You can't allow excuses to be the reason as to why your business is not moving. You have to do everything within your power to move it. I call myself a professional student. I'm
Yes.
always reading. I'm always listening. I'm always buying. Matter of fact, right before I got into my vehicle, my book came in the mail.
Nice.
100 Days of Believing Bigger. 100 Days of Believing Bigger. Because of the fact that I know where I'm trying to go. And so because I know where I'm trying to go, I cannot hold the excuse of the fact that it's taking me longer this time to recruit than it did when I first started. I have to be forever in a place of learning and getting knowledge to help take me to the next level. And I can't use the excuse of, well, this didn't happen or that didn't happen, or I can't get it to work out because things are going on. I'll talk about and I'm sorry you all, I'm in my vehicle
No,
at an
that's
appointment. So last week, we live in Texas, and last week we had a snowstorm. Everyone know we had a snowstorm. And I'm in a particular place of leadership in my organization. And so I had no internet service. My internet actually went out for about 3 days. My internet went out. And so while my internet was out, we get new product Monday through Friday. Even though my internet was out, I knew that my data plan worked. There was even a particular time period for about 17 hours I had no electricity. However, I own a business. And so what I did during that time period, I still was able to log on and run my business. Because I said you have to have funnels in your businesses, funnels in your life to basically create more income. When I talked about if the stylist had product to sell, if she had extensions to sell, that would have brought on additional income while she was waiting to go into her actual salon. So because I build a website, my own personal website, I literally, no electricity, no internet service. I made $1,000 because that was the funnel that I created, that just in case I cannot run my business the way that I'm used to running my business, will I still be able to make income?
I absolutely love
I
it.
was still able to make income.
Wow. And you took away all the excuses. You made it happen despite of, and this girl was still saving first responders. I love it. I love it. I saw the Facebook post, the boards. My
Yes,
mom,
ma'am.
my mom saw it. She was like, that was amazing. I was like, it was. It really was.
Helpers one to another. You already said it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So what does your typical week look like, Renita?
Wow. A busy week. Not only am I a entrepreneur, stay-at-home mom, my children are also homeschooled. My children, they homeschool through this beautiful academy, Abeka Academy. I chose that academy just because of the structure of it being a Christian academy. However, my kids still need assistance. And so the way our week looks like is we wake up in the morning, we eat breakfast, they go to school, I go to work. In between that time period, we also have swim practice. We have kung fu practice throughout the week. Soon we'll be adding soccer practice back on throughout the week. I do training classes with my team. I try to make sure I'm available for them. And I just try to make sure that I'm productive throughout the week. One of the things I'm also doing throughout every week, literally every week, I'm looking for a way to expand my brand. I'm looking for a way to expand my business, to take my business to the next level. And so I'm currently, in the process of opening up another business. Yes, I am currently in the process of opening up another business because of the fact that I understand and I know that I need to have multiple streams of income. Yes. I want to be able to create a legacy for my children that can live beyond me. And so in order for that to happen, I want to make sure that I set up these different streams to assist them. And so while I'm working my consulting business, my independent consulting business, I'm also doing research on my other business, as well as every now and again, I do talk to a client, give or take throughout the week. I probably have about 2 clients in my consulting business. And so I spend that time with them, helping them maneuver through their business and different things.
Excellent. I love it. And she just got her green belt.
Yes.
Congrats.
I just got my green belt. Yes. Also, wow. I just completed last year. I am now a certified John Maxwell coach. So I just completed that last year.
I love it. I love it. So that she's life coaching and the whole nine. So you are the whole package and thriving, even throughout the pandemic. Even throughout the pandemic. Renita, what are you most proud of right now?
Oh wow. I'm most proud of my children, and let me explain that. Entrepreneurship is not easy. I came from the military. I
Mhm.
spent 21 years in the United States Army, and my children were used to me being in leadership positions, and I really wasn't able to be there for them. Hence the reason why I needed to retire. I'm most proud of my children because of the fact that I've been able to sit down with them for this entrepreneurship journey, and they've been pushing me along the way.
Mhm.
They have literally been there every step of the way. And I'm amazed because of the fact that I didn't think they would understand it. I have an 8-year old and I have an 11-year old. And I
Mhm.
did not think they would understand this journey. And so I am so proud of myself for not giving up because I almost gave up. I can honestly tell you that I could have sat back. I get a great retirement from the United States Army and from the federal government. However, that wasn't my passion. My
Mhm.
passion was to help people pursue excellence, and that has always been my passion. My passion was to be an entrepreneur in the consulting arena. And so my children have allowed me to be able to do that. And so I'm definitely proud of my children for pushing me, but I am proud of myself for not giving up.
Wow, definitely. I'm proud of you too for not giving up. And I absolutely love it. I love your kids. They're awesome children. And they participate in your business. They're little entrepreneurs themselves. So kudos to them. Kudos to them. So you're reading a book now. Show us that book one more time. Is it a journal or is it
So
a
this is
book?
actually a devotional. It's 100 days of believing bigger.
Nice. Absolutely love it. Marshawn Evans. Okay, you guys get that book, 100 Days of Believing Bigger. Um,
So let me tell
absolutely.
you about this. This is actually a devotional journal. See, a lot of times we read books, and I'm a person that I really don't like audio. I'll do audio, but I want audio and I want hard copy
Yes.
because I'm an individual. I want to write it down, I want to take notes. And what happens is the reason why I purchased this journal is because of the fact that this journal is actually faith based, and it gives you a prayer at the end of your day, but it asks you a question. And once you answer those questions and you write it, it gives you a prayer. And so I needed this because I have another level to go to.
Yes.
I have another level that God wants to take me to. And I know that it's not something that I already have within me to do it. And
Mhm.
so I needed something to help push me to the next level. And so this journal right here is what I decided to get. And I'm super duper excited about this devotional journal. So what made me get this devotional journal is I just completed a devotional journal. A good
Okay.
friend of mine, she wrote a prayer devotional, and it was
Mhm.
built the same way. Whereas she gives you the story, she asks you a question, and then you write about it, and it's tied to the scripture, and you can pray about it. Well, those 30 days are up, so I needed to continue on my journey, and this is what I'm going to use.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. Um, what type of characteristics, Renita, do you believe most successful people have in common?
Oh, wow. The characteristics that most successful people have in common. I believe, first of all, integrity. Listen, in order for you to be successful, you have to have integrity. And let me tell you why. Because when you get into entrepreneurship, there are going to be times where you see people that are ahead of you
Mhm.
and you feel like you should be there because either you started before them or you started just right alongside of them. You got to have integrity.
Yes, sir.
Um, I believe that if you go in with integrity, that it's going to allow you to not be the individual that try to connive and scheme and figure out how you can take their business from them. So I think you need to be a person of definitely have integrity. I totally believe an entrepreneur has to have faith. You can't do entrepreneurship without faith.
That's it.
You have to understand that in order for you to get to the next level, you need your faith intact, because there's going to be a morning that you wake up and there's going to be no income coming in. And you're going to believe that you're doing the wrong thing. You're going to say to yourself, did I make the wrong decision? You got to be a person of faith. You have to be
Absolutely.
that individual that believe without a shadow of a doubt that regardless of what it looked like, regardless of the obstacles that you may face, that this is exactly what it is that you are supposed to be doing. And I promise you, you're going to need your faith more than anything along this journey. I also believe that most successful people understand that you have to be a giver. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Because when you come into leadership, there's going to be more times you feel like you're giving more than you're actually getting when it comes into business, because you have to understand that you're trying to get to a place. And so in order for you to get to that place, you may have to be the one to give a little bit more. And it's getting a little dark over here.
It is, and it's okay. I won't hold you too
Okay.
much longer, but this is good. This is
So
good.
you want to be, you have to understand that you may have to give a little bit more than what you receive in the beginning. And here's the thing, you never stop giving. Yes, ma'am.
No, I was going to say, and for those people who think like, well, I just want to run my business. I don't want to be a leader. Let me explain something about leadership. Leadership is something everyone is born into. Everyone is a leader. We're not put here to lead over people. We're put here to lead over an arena of a gift that everybody has. Everybody has their own gift and calling. So if you don't think that you're a leader, let's clarify that now. You definitely are. And what happens is, like, Renita leads in a certain area of like consulting and being able to in sales and things like that. She has followers in that arena. But then there's other people who might lead in another area of marketing or finance and things like that, and they have following. So everyone is a leader. So get that out your head right now. If you don't think that you were born to be a leader, everybody has a leader in an area of ruling. So go ahead and continue, Renita.
And you have to embrace that. That's the thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I got out the military, being a first sergeant,
Mhm.
leading soldiers, I really thought that in entrepreneurship I wouldn't have to lead anybody. I'm be very honest with you all, and I didn't want to lead because I wanted to finally, as they say, just sit back and enjoy the ride. I wanted
Mhm.
to sit back and enjoy the ride, and so I had to come to grips with that. That just like you said, I'm a leader. I have to lead. So, regardless of what I thought I wasn't going to be able to do, if I want to be a successful business owner, I would have to lead. And another thing, as a successful business owner, you have to be selfless. Now, I'm not saying selfless in a sense of that you don't consider yourself, but you have to be selfless in a sense of you may have to be that individual within your business or within your organization that have to lend a helping hand to help somebody to maybe get to where you are, and just you leading them there is going to attract others to you. So you do have to be a little selfless at times, but not in a sense to where you don't care about your own business or you don't give into your own business, but there is going to be a time that you're going to have to do that. And so in business, you also want to make sure that you got to be a go-getter. You got to be a self-starter. If you're not a self-starter, it's going to be very difficult for the wheels to keep turning, because it feels like to me that literally within every 60 to 90 days, I'm kickstarting myself again. But
Yeah.
because I'm a self starter, it
Mhm.
becomes natural. I then go and figure out, okay, what's the next thing that I can do? And you have to be a self starter as a successful business owner.
I absolutely love it. So I have two more questions for you, Renita, and I will let you go because I know it's getting late and it's getting dark. What makes you laugh?
Honestly, my children. My children make me laugh, and let me tell you why. Most people think I was a drill sergeant in the military, because I'm just that straightforward individual.
Mhm.
And what happens is I don't laugh a lot. And so what makes me laugh is when my children mimic me.
Wow.
My children will literally mimic me being that stern, assertive individual, and it just trips me out. But they are literally, they keep me laughing.
Absolutely love it. Tell them they need to do a skit. That's good content. All
I'll
right.
tell them to do that.
Yes, that's good content for real. All right. One more thing. Share 3 fun facts about you
Oh, fun facts. I don't know if they're fun facts, but I
or
guess
interesting.
um I love arts and crafts. I love to sew. I actually sew. Um I
Renita, you got a
enjoy
sewing machine?
I own a sewing machine. I own an embroidery machine. I own it all. I love sewing. Like, I love
Really?
it. I absolutely love sewing. A lot of people don't know that. So I love sewing. If I decided that entrepreneurship in the business world that I'm doing now didn't work for me, I could actually go to cosmetology school and make a good penny doing hair.
I can see that as well.
The next thing about me that's either funny or just a fun fact is, let me think. Um, oh, I sell jewelry, but I don't like to wear it.
Oh,
I
you do such
don't
a
like to
great
wear it.
job.
I can put on some studs and walk out the door, or none at all. So yes.
Mhm. Wow. And you guys, just so you know, sometimes I call Renita and be like, okay, I got this outfit and I need this. And and she'd be like, okay, so this is what you need. And she can put it together so well. I absolutely love it. Am I the only person that do that to you or no?
I just actually, my mind was going haywire because I had a customer that contacted me that needed me to actually provide 2 sets of accessories for 3 dresses. So I was like, okay.
I love
So
it.
yeah.
Yes, you are a consultant all the way around, all the way. Absolutely love it. Renita, I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been great. Really, it has been great, just on a whim. So I appreciate you.
You're
What
welcome.
would you like to leave people with?
Oh wow. And people say this all the time, but I'm gonna add on to it. We often hear that if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. But I want to go a little bit beyond that. If your dream is not, if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. What I want to say to you is, don't stop dreaming. See,
Amen.
sometimes that statement don't fit people because they stop dreaming. They don't believe that they can own that. They don't believe that they can do that. They don't believe that they can actually have that. And so because they don't believe it, they just stop dreaming about it. If you have never in your life created a vision board, create a vision board. I gave a young lady about 3 years ago an assignment to create a vision board and to post it on her walkway of her door in her room. And every time she walked out of it, it will begin to show her what she desired. It's
Mhm.
almost in a sense like in the scripture, it tells us in Habakkuk 2 to write the vision, make it plain upon the tables. Now, the person that's supposed to read it and run it is the person that write it. If you don't write it, you're not going to run with it. What
That's it.
happens is oftentimes we look at other people's visions and dreams and we're saying to ourselves, "Ooh, I can do that," and it never happens because you never wrote it as your vision. See, they wrote it as their vision. They watch it, they see it, they view it all the time. And so I would say to you, don't stop dreaming. Don't stop believing. Create that vision board and see yourself winning. And that's what I would like to leave with everyone.
Excellent. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Renita. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank God for you. I pray that your business just excels even the more. You double and triple what you made in 2020. So I'm believing God for you. So
Thank
thank you once again, and you have a blessed night.
you too. All right. Bye bye.
Thank you guys for tuning in.